Have you ever been screwed over? Has anybody ever cheated on you, lied to you, treated you badly, been disrespectful? Did you give them a second chance? Did you give them the benefit of the doubt that they wouldn't do it again? Are you a forgive and forget person? So it's terrible that you did that to me. I'm going to forgive you for doing that. I'm going to forget that you did it and I'm going to move on. It's a really interesting question because I'm sure you've heard, or you deal with, or you might be one of those people that is all bitter and twisted because somebody has treated you badly. There are some people that never have a relationship again because they were cheated on. There are some people that never go into business because somebody treated them badly in business and they gave it one crack and that's it, I'm never going to do it again. There's a lot of people that don't have friends because they had a friend in their life who treated them badly and they don't have friends anymore. So they're all bitter and twisted and angry. So there might be something very special in forgive and forget and move on. But when do we know what a person is like? And there's a great recommendation by some of the top behavioural scientists in the world that if somebody reveals who they are, you should believe them. So if somebody lies to you, cheats on you, steals from you, isn't loyal to you, is disrespectful to you, gossips about you, criticises you, they have now revealed who they are. Now this is where the choice comes in. As a human, I get to choose whether or not I put that person into my life. But is it possible now that if I choose to put them in, that I have to accept or even expect that that's the kind of person they are? Because it's a great question, do people change? And I'd like to think that they do. And there's that's really interesting. It goes on and on. How do you change a light bulb? And it's been suggested that you can't change anybody. The person who wants to change the light bulb has to want to change the light bulb, not you tell them to do it. Something like that. So is it possible that people are who they are and we get to decide whether or not we're going to put them into our lives? But if we put them into our lives, is it possible then that because they revealed who they are, they might not change? They might not want to change the light globe. They might not want to tell the truth. They might not want to be a non-cheating person. That might be who they are. So if somebody treats me badly once, that's awesome because now I know who they are. They've revealed themselves to me. But if I then put them into my life and they lie to me again, cheat on me again, do something horrible to me again, surely I have to take responsibility for that. Because there's a lot of moaning and whinging and complaining going on, isn't there? That person treated me badly. That person cheated on me for the second time. I trusted that they wouldn't do it again. I forgave them. I forgot that they did it. Did we really forget? Because now they've done it twice. So and I can't control what other people do, and that's the whole point. I have no control over liars, cheaters, thieves, murderers, gossipers, criticisers. I can't control what other people do. But isn't it exciting that you and I both have full control over how we respond or react to that? So if somebody cheats on me, I accept that and I bring them into my life, or I forgive them because they cheated on me and I keep them in my life. Isn't it possible now that I have to accept that they are a cheater, and if they do it again, that would be my challenge, not theirs, because they have revealed themselves. So would it be a great idea, without being all bitter and twisted and not having any friends and never falling in love and never going into business and never trusting anybody, because that's a horrible way to live too, I get it. But if somebody reveals who they are, wouldn't it be a great idea to believe them? So if somebody lies to you, now they've proved or they've shown you that they're a liar. If somebody cheats on you, they've shown you that they are a cheater. If somebody gossips about you, you now know that they're a gossip. There's another really interesting one there though, because if somebody gossips to me, which no one ever does anymore because this was my standard response, if you are prepared to gossip to me about somebody else, that means you are prepared to gossip about me to somebody else, which means you're a gossip, and I don't have gossips in my life. So of course, nobody gossips to me anymore because that's been my standard response for all of my life. But if you listen to somebody gossiping, and then you whinge, moan and complain that they gossiped about you, that would be rather silly, wouldn't it? If somebody cheats on you with somebody else and then you bring them back into your life and then they cheat again, surely we have to take responsibility that we took that person back in. Now, I'm not a forgiver and a forgetter, because I want to live my life with passion, enthusiasm, and excitement, and I don't want to put people into my life who have treated me badly. So once somebody has revealed to me that they are not a nice person, that they have done horrible things, whether it's to me or somebody else, I'm not God, I don't forgive. That's not my responsibility. And if I forget, then I'm open to them doing it again because I forgot that they did it. So I could be labelled as Rowie, you're a terrible person because you don't forgive and forget. And what I like to do is accept people as being beautiful people. And when they prove otherwise, then I'm not going to be silly enough to bring them into my life. When somebody reveals who they are, I'm very grateful for that. So when somebody lies, cheats, steals, gossips, criticises, they're nasty, they're disrespectful, I'm very grateful for that because now I know who they are. But if I bring that person into my life now, and then I whinge, moan and complain that they cheated, stole, were disrespectful, nasty gossipers again, then I have to take responsibility that that's my fault, not theirs. So I'm not going to forgive myself either because that was my responsibility. I made a mistake. Yes, we all make mistakes, but we have to accept the consequences for our mistakes, don't we? If somebody steals and I choose to put them into my life and then they steal again, I have to take responsibility. I have to accept that they were a thief. They always were a thief. Do people change? I don't know, that's not up to me. I can't expect somebody to change. When somebody's proved who they are to me, I have to accept that they've shown me who they are, so now I know. If they change and I bring them into my life, that's awesome that they've changed, and if they never steal again or they never cheat again, that's great too. But if they do, I have to accept responsibility that that person didn't change. So let's just be adults. That's what I love. Accept responsibility. Response able. I can't change other people. I can't stop somebody from gossiping, stealing, cheating, lying, being disrespectful. But I can certainly decide whether or not I have them in my life, whether or not I accept the fact that that's who they are. And isn't it awesome that we get to do that? So this is about people who whinge, moan and complain about the terrible people in their life. If you have horrible people in your life, you get to decide who you put in and you get to decide who you throw out. Isn't that awesome? So you actually can live your life surrounded by beautiful, respectful, kind, gorgeous people. Or more importantly, if you are a beautiful person and you don't cheat and you don't lie and you don't steal and you aren't disrespectful and you're always loyal, you can then look in the mirror at the end of your day and say, I'm a beautiful person. Whether or not you attract other people into your life, it won't matter because you like who you are. You'll never be lonely because you're proud of who you are and you love hanging out by yourself. Isn't that a great way to live your life to the max? Super duper doo, how are you? Living my life to the max. Woohoo!